Xbox gave Sony one of its most iconic franchises, and PlayStation players just said, "We don't care." Phil and Sarah's multi-platform strategy has officially bombed, and Asha Sharma is preparing massive changes as we head towards the next-gen Xbox in 2027.
And the idea of locking it to one store or one device is antiquated for most people.
Within a span of 6 months, we went from just 4 games to no red lines. Exclusives are outdated, and everything and every screen is an Xbox, including your PlayStation. This idea that Phil and Sarah was trying to sell us doesn't hold up in a world where PlayStation exists and the competition is so cutthroat. Whether they were trying to gaslight us or they actually believed it is a different story. The fact remains, Project Latitude, their multi-platform strategy, has absolutely bombed. And remember, this was the novelty factor, the first ever Halo game on PlayStation. 2 old-ass ports, not remakes, not remasters, ports not only outsold but destroyed Master Chief's first game on PlayStation. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? If 1 billion for PlayStation on PC wasn't enough, then sure as shit I'm telling you $600 million is not enough for Microsoft, which is a $1 trillion company in comparison. On Xbox, at least it sold 1 million copies, even though we had Game Pass, even though we had played that game 1 million times, but people still showed up and bought 1 million copies in its first month. Absolutely ridiculous. And even with multiplayer, this game would have bombed on PlayStation because more than 80% of the revenue comes from games such as FIFA, Fortnite and COD. So was it worth it, Microsoft? Was it worth it, Amy Hood? Gears looks amazing, but I'm telling you, a big reason why hype for Gears is so much bigger because it's first exclusive that Asha announced in her era. Exclusives hype up platforms more because of the marketing beats, the console war is there, game is talked about much more than just any other game out there. So if you're putting your game out on every platform, you're competing with everyone and there is no novelty factor and your game has a higher chance of getting buried out there. Of course, the game has to be good first, but even if your exclusive didn't sell well, because we know they don't sell the way they used to, at least it did something for your platform. At least the brand recognition was created. At least people played it on Game Pass. Engagement was there. People spoke about it. But if you make your games available everywhere and then nobody buys them, then you have not only not earned your money back, you have also ruined your brand and spat in the faces of all your biggest fans who spend the most money on your platform. So thanks for that. Listen, I don't have a Harvard degree, but even I understand that when 80% of your entire business comes from the console, maybe you should respect it more. And someone please get this guy out of here already, please. After looking at these numbers, Asha Sharma must have walked into the room and asked Matt Booty, what the fuck were you guys thinking? Look at how she's moving. Console updates after updates, fan feedback matters, achievement trophies. All these things started in the Phil era but never materialized and would have never materialized because for them, the focus became PlayStation, not Xbox. Project Helix under them was clearly an exit strategy where they give the fans one last console and then just get the fuck out of here. I still can't believe how this is an Xbox campaign got greenlit. When Starfield was launching, you promoted it by saying no console needed, and then you went from there to just play it on your PlayStation or your cat litter box because everything is an Xbox. What else did you expect? What did you expect? What did you think would happen? Just look at the console sales over the last 3 years. And console sales matter because the platform revenue is tanking, third-party revenue on the platforms is tanking. No one is saying don't promote options, but there is a way you deliver your message. Xbox Play Anywhere is still happening, will keep happening. We just got a free cloud streaming tier. It is not stopping, it is just about how a message is delivered. If everything is in Xbox, then literally nothing is in Xbox. And thank God Asha killed that campaign. And I swear I don't want to bash Phil, I love the guy, but if Amy Hood did force his hand by putting the 30% mandate, which I think yes she did, then he should have just exited Xbox and left as a hero rather than running Xbox into the ground. Let someone else do it. Let Satya do it. Or you know what? Let Matt Booty do it. But no, he stayed there and he has now become the villain. And what was the point? You went from the guy who saved Xbox to the guy who almost killed it. I've always supported them until the Just 4 Games moment. There's no denying Phil Spencer saved Xbox. There's no denying Game Pass is one of the best things ever in gaming. There's no denying Xbox Play Anywhere is incredible, and there's no denying how hard Sarah Bond worked to get Final Fantasy games on Xbox. All those things are big wins. Thank you, but also thank you for fucking up Xbox after that. Guys, I'm sorry for my rant here, but the idea that exclusives are antiquated and everyone should be able to play everywhere only works when everyone gets every game. It doesn't work if PlayStation is doing all they can to kill Xbox in the process. This only works when everyone plays ball. It doesn't work with Xbox alone. When that happens, one company dies, the one that was the most open, and that was the path we were on. Anyway, enough from me. I would like to know from you, what are your thoughts about Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond? Was the strategy and the path they were on the right one, or did they make a mistake? Do you think exclusives are antiquated, or do you think they still have a place in this market? Let me know in the comments below. Also, I'll be doing a lot of Xbox Helix videos, strategy videos. I'll be covering Xbox games, Game Pass, and a lot more as we move towards the next gen. So watch out for that. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.